Uh, Hello. This is a bit of a different video. I've never really done anything like this. This is a ranking video, and I can only find like get all these fucking ads out of here. I can only find like one boss one that has all the bosses. So this is the one I'll be using. I'm just gonna rank each boss individually, not like each certain type of character in the boss or anything like that. Like each boss individually. I'm gonna do it in order. This is a bit of a weird video. It's like different. I've never really done anything like this, so we're kind of experimenting right now. So I think we just start from the bottom up. I'm like I said, I'm not gonna be ranking like the ship over the fucking pirate, which I can't find right now. I'll just be putting the main. Oh yeah, right there. You'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna start from the beginning of the game. I think that's the best way to go. The root pack. So the root pack, I think the root pack is a great introductory boss. Like, you know, maybe I will rank it. Oh, definitely. If I'm ranking just the root pack on its own, let me get all the guys. Dude, and then dude. If I'm ranking all these individually, like all these on their own, B tier. Like really good introduction into the game. Gives you pretty much all the basic movesets that you need to know. Like, if I'm ranking them individually, like, I feel like I'm gonna do an F tier. Okay. This guy, I don't know his name, the fucking carrot dude. I like he's very basic, but it's still like challenging, especially for like the first boss that you fight at the beginning of the game. It is particularly challenging. So that's why I'm giving it a B tier. This dude's like super easy on expert mode, like he's a little harder. Oh, and also like the one thing, like the fucking, you know, the radish. That can make the phase a little bit more interesting. I'm giving that one a B tier, just because I also kind of like the idea of the carrot with the third eye. This dude, I could kind of put him in D tier. Well, no, I'll give him C tier, because his parryable thing and like his thing, because the carrot has nothing parryable, I'm pretty sure. His parryable object, which is the worm, is really easy to get, so I do like that. The onion can get like a D. I would understand putting onion in F tier. Onion's not even hard, it's just boring, and you can even skip that phase, so I feel like it kind of just defeats the purpose, you know. And also I just don't like the way you have to, the parry comes down, so you have to like, I don't know. I don't mind the onion dude. I just feel like maybe I should just rank this just by boss, and if I want to do like an individual one, I can do it after. You know, I'll just rank it by boss. So like here, I'll put the individual phases. Like, okay, so dude, so yeah, root pack's B tier. Goopy Legrand. I feel like Goopy Legrand, like this is just my kind of like my deciding area right here. It's not where I'm putting him for sure, because I think Goopy would probably be like, I want to put Goopy in D tier. And the reason I put Goopy, I feel like I shouldn't call him Goopy. It's just like that seems like disrespectful in a way. Oh, but Goopy, like we already have the tutorial boss right here. Like it's pretty much like the boss that teaches everything you need to know. I like Goopy's design. Like I like the blue thing. Like I think it's kind of cute. I don't know. I just like the color. But like as a boss, it's just kind of boring. It is a really nice boss to get your first A rank. But other than that, like the boss is just kind of boring. And it's really easy. Which is nice, but like I don't like it because then it's like, well, where's the challenge? Then I can fly through this. The best part about Cuphead is it's a challenge, you know? I don't know. I also just don't I don't like shooting in the grave because you have to like shoot up. I don't know. I'm picky though. So after Goopy, I'm trying to think. After Goopy, I usually go to these guys. I think this is the first really good boss that we get in Inkwell Isle 1. Their first phase with the fist and the fireflies, the actual fireflies. That might be an S tier because then they have the second phase, and this boss isn't ridiculously hard. Like the later we get, like this fucking guy, that's when it starts to get a little fucking ridiculous. But these two guys, like they're not like ridiculously hard. They're pretty easy. That's why I might put them in S tier because like I feel like they're the really first hard boss of the game. Like I don't think Cagney or Hildeberg is that hard compared to these two. So I think that's why I'm giving it an S tier because it's the first like real hard boss of the game. Speaking of Hildeberg, she's next. I think I might have to give this another S tier. Oh, also music. I feel like there's like kind of a given that all the music for this game is good. Like it's kind of it's playing in the background just because I feel like a background noise is necessary. But I mean, I just like to shout out. The thing with Cuphead is I could put all these bosses in S tier, and I feel like that could be like an agreeable thing, maybe. But I'm not going to because that's stupid. But what I will say is like the music definitely can carry some of these bosses higher. And Threatening Zeppelin is definitely one of my favorites off the soundtrack. So that, other than the fact that I think that the boss fight is great, the first plane boss, I love the plane bosses, even though like some of them are kind of, some of them are just stupidly hard. Like thing 1 and thing 2 here. Hildeberg, her phases are great. Her turning to the zodiac signs I think is really cool, and then turning to the moon after. I don't know. This was one of the first bosses I was attracted to. Not like in that kind of way. Like when I played the game, this was one of the first bosses that I was like, wow, this is like a really, really cool boss. So that's why I'm putting Hildeberg where I think in S tier. Oh wait, oh shoot. So I'm supposed to do these in like how I feel about him, like in order. And I think Hildeberg is a little bit better than the frogs. That might be that could be considered a hot take. but I like Hildeberg a little bit more. I'm just a sucker for the plain bosses. I'm trying to think if I missed. I'm trying to see if I missed any more from Inkwell Isle 1 before we move on to the Big C. I think we're good. Cagney Carnation. This is just my siding area. Like I said, Cagney Carnation does not feel like the final. I feel like, in my opinion, should not be the final boss of this isle. I think Cagney Carnation is a little too easy. Like, if this is just a normal mode, expert modes, I think, is a completely different area. Just a normal mode, I think Cagney Carnation's a little too easy for this whole. You know what? Maybe I'll turn the music up a little bit more. That's good. That should be good. I think Cagney Carnation is just a little too easy to be the final boss of this world. Like I said, I think I should have gone to fucking Ruby and Croak. I think that's actually the names. I was trying to make a joke, but I think that's Croak joke. There I'm. But I think that he is. It's a he, right? Not a she. I just feel like the hardest part about it is the first phase. The second phase, really, or like the last phase, I guess, is super duper easy. Pretty much legit 2 moves. He like spits sunflowers at you, like little like ones that you blow away, and then like vines come up and try to cover up 2 of the platforms that you stand on. 2 out of the 3. I feel like he's just a little too simple. But this is kind of a case of the music carrying, because the music is definitely one of the more iconic, probably one of the most iconic bosses of this game. That's why I think that brings. It might be crazy to say that he's not S tier. I feel like he's a little too simple. And considering he's like the big finale, I think that he's just a little too simple. Then, well, we can fix it when it's done. Here, let me just see. Just make sure I'm recording. Okay. Next, yeah, I'll go with her, because I usually start with the bonbon. I'm just gonna call it bonbon, or I call it bon. Bonbon. And the individual ones are here, like the fucking gobstopper. Yeah, I'll move all these to the forefront. I don't know if I'm using that term right. Where's the waffle? Dude, right there. You probably see it. I'm kind of dumb. But bonbon, I feel like this is one of those like preparation for what's to come kind of bosses, because it's pretty much a mini boss kind of like run until the final phase where you fight her. The gobstopper is really easy, like kind of a little too easy. Like if you get the gobstopper, it's kind of a free run, no matter what. Gumball Machine, I think, is also super easy. I think the hardest one here might be the cupcake, just because of the splatter, like the extra 3 things of splat that hit the ground, because that can just kind of like just slightly go to where you're standing and it hits you. But her final phase, I think, is really cool. I don't know. I like her boss. I think I like her more than Cagney, low key. But I don't know if I'd give her S tier. I think A tier is a perfect place for her to rest. right over Cagney. I don't know. Maybe I'll change that. Maybe I'll bring it out of beats here. I don't know. Do I think she's better than Cagney? Yeah, I think I do. Well, we can fix that later. We can figure it out later too. The clown, Beppy the clown. Once again, crazy good music. I mean, really, like, for all these, I could legit say amazing music, and that would, that would stand. But Beppy, this fight, I can vividly remember playing as a kid, trying to get expert mode, trying to get S rank on expert mode. And that first phase would just fuck me up so much. First phase, not like, the first phase is not even that hard. It's just like, I don't know what it was about that first phase. It would just like, it would do something to me, man. But I always thought this particular fight was kind of easy. I mean, the worst part about it is the third phase where Beppy's on the horse, and then you have the train rolling in, and it's kind of just like RNG. Even that, like, I liked his design. Like, I was obsessed with him when the game first came out, because like I've always been obsessed with clowns. Like when I was little, Pennywise and shit like that. So he was kind of a big thing when I saw him in the game. But I really like the way he looks. He's scary, but he's not like monster scary. Like, like, I'm trying to think of like this, like, not that kind of scary, but like just like a little offsetting. Like, I wouldn't want to like be near him in any regard. Like, if I like was stuck on an island, maybe he might be. I haven't seen the show. But like, if I was stuck on an island with him and like a monstrous looking, fucking this thing, I'd kind of be okay with it. Like, I'd much rather talk to her than him. He's just like off-putting. I feel like he'd do something to me in my sleep. I don't know, but this one's a really good boss fight. I definitely give this a high A. So this could even go into S tier. Man, that last face is good too, where he turns into the carnival ride. Ooh, Jimmy, old Jimmy. Eventually, I'm gonna start not remembering these guys' names, just because like I played the DLC so recently that it's not like embedded into my brain. So you're gonna hear me just start calling them like Cowgirl and Mountain Man. But anyways, Jimmy the Great. I love this boss fight. This is a high S tier. I love a boss fight that is just pretty much constantly changing. Nothing about the Jimmy boss fight from the first phase to the last phase ever feels the same. Well, you could say that for a lot of these bosses, but I feel like for this one in particular, it's just like there's so many different moving parts, and it's hard, but it's not fucking unfair hard. I love this boss fight. I love his design. Oh, man. High S tier, and also the music's great. I especially love the phase where we're fighting ourselves. I like the secret phase that's in this one, where you can skip the cup phase and like the mini cuphead becomes a problem in the last phase. I also really like his design for some reason. I don't know what it is. There's something about it. And the sarcophagus. Oh my god, I could go on for days about that guy. This is one of my favorite bosses in the game. Wally Warbles. Now, I have to think about objectively. Like, I can definitely put in my own opinion. That can definitely influence something. But I would give this, like, I hate fighting this boss. I don't know. Something about it. it's that third phase that for whatever reason, like third phase as in the phase after the feathers, because the feathers the ball is its own phase. His kid in the last phase too. I hate fighting it. But if we're just talking about like as a boss in general, I mean, it's harder. I think it's hard. It's way harder than Jimmy. I like the design. The music is just fantastic. I don't know. This boss is hard to rank because I hate it so much with a burning passion. But man, it's such a, it's a really good looking boss. Like, not like, you know what I mean? Like, not like that kind of good looking, but like it's like, I really like his design. I really like the narrative that is told through this boss. Like, it's not just like oh, you're fighting a bird. Oh, now you're fighting this. Oh, now you're fighting this. There's much more of a narrative for this boss than a lot of the others, I think. And that's why I like it so much. So I think just because of that, I have to put it like right there. If I didn't hate fighting this boss as much as I did, because this boss isn't even that bad. Sorry, if you see me rearranging things on here, I'm just doing it for my own sake. But if I didn't hate fighting this boss as much as I did, it would get a much higher rank. Because I just absolutely hate fighting this boss, I have to put it down there. Like, I can't give it crazy S tier. I have to put it down there. Next, finally, and certainly not least for Inkwell Isle 2, a dragon. This is actually what inspired me to make this. I was watching a video of this dude ranking his like favorite Cuphead character, of like the top Cuphead bosses in the game, and for whatever reason he ranked this boss last, which I just think is ridiculous. This boss is not that bad. I swear it's not that bad. It's actually, this is definitely an S tier. I'm just gonna put it there real quick, just for safekeeping. But I think this boss in particular, I am most nostalgic for. Like, if that makes sense. Like, when I think about this boss, here's a Threat and Zeppelin song. If I think about this boss, like, this is one of those bosses that reminds me of playing this game when I was younger. I hated beating it. Oh my god, I hated beating it. But it was fun. It was a fun boss to beat, no matter how much I hated it. I had a good time beating it. When I finally beat it, I was just like brimming with joy, because like this boss was genuinely torturous. And the weird thing's, like, expert mode makes it like 11 times easier to beat than like just playing it on regular mode. Like, I don't know. But I think this is like top tier. I could even put this over Jimmy. It's hard. It's really hard. You could say that, and I would agree. But I don't know. The music of this, his design, just I don't think I can put it over Jimmy though. You know what? I'm gonna put it over Jimmy. I really like this boss. Give me a second. I'm gonna just do something real quick so it stops bothering me. I'm just gonna organize these because they're not organized. So just, you know, if I edited these videos, I could cut this out. But because I don't, you just have to watch me fix this tier list, because for whatever reason, whoever made it decided to put like all the like specific phases of each boss too. I will be ranking the King Dice bosses though. That will be happening. It is, because it's just worth it. I think it is definitely worth the time to do that, because King Dice was rough. I did not like doing King Dice at all, or just mainly, it was mainly just running through that gauntlet. So I think it is only fair that I rank those bosses. I did not. Here's my issue. I did not do the King's Gauntlet. I'll put it like right in the middle. Okay, so I did play. I will admit, I did play the what is it? The DLC. I played the DLC. I will admit that I did play the DLC. I know. I didn't record it. It wasn't any like reason against you guys. I didn't have time to record it. I just didn't really want to. It was like one night and I was bored, so I just beat it. It's really good. I'm just trying to make sure it's still okay. Still going. But yeah, I did. But I didn't do the King's Gauntlet yet. I'll do that a different day. Anyways, back to the tier list. Boomer Honeybottoms. When I first played this game, this was the hardest boss. This is where I hit the wall. This right after Grim Matchstick is such a tragic pairing. But it shows just where Inkwell Isle 3 is. Like where we're going from here. This boss was just rough. That's the best way to put it. This boss was rough when I first played it. But when I played it again, I beat it first try. Or like second try. I'm not a big fan of this boss. It's not like fucking F tier. But I think it's a B tier boss. I don't really think it's that great. Well, obviously B tier is not terrible, but like, if I'm compared to every other boss in the game, the best part about it, other than the music, I don't know. I like it, but I think it's really only memorable for how difficult it is. Like, if that boss, if Rumor Honey Bottoms wasn't such a kind of, you could say like an RNG kind of base thing because of the way the platform spawned in, if it wasn't that so much based on that, it was actually kind of easy. I would probably not. It would not be as remembered as it is now. It's just kind of boring. Like the moveset that she has really has nothing to do with bees. Like at least like her moveset, like in the second phase. The first one is like, well, out of the three, the two out of the three, the first one is a triangle and the second one is a circle. I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking into it hard enough. Maybe something about geometry. Giamma B. Ooh, that is bad enough for me to keep that B tier. Huh? B for B tier. Captain Brinybeard. You know, I just complained about Rumor Honey Bottoms being kind of easy. Am I about to say the same thing about Captain Brinybeard? No. Captain Brinybeard is insanely easy. And I think that's kind of why I like him. I know I just said she's like my issue with her is just that she's so boring. And now she's kind of easy. Like now it's really not that bad if you just know what you're doing. But with Captain Brinybeard, his moveset, like the things that he does, so unique. Not to mention the fucking the ship spawning, like that's pretty big. That's a pretty big, thing in the game. Fine. Sorry, I'm yawning. I just find what his the things, because he really only has two phases. Just like his overall like battle, I find it very interesting. I think it's cool, like each and every thing that they put into the boss. I don't know. I'm trying to say all this just to defend the fact that I'm about to give him like a pretty decently high ranking. Like I like the minions that he calls, the dogs. It's what dog, octopus, and a shark. Yeah, squid. I think it's a squid. Yeah, Squid Ink. It's a squid. And then obviously the ship comes out, does that thing. I actually might give that higher than, you know what? I'm actually about to give that higher than Wally Warbles. Just because he is fun to play. But I don't know. I just like when I think of the game, like sometimes I think about him, and also like I like his like little shooting thing because it's got a lot of things you can parry. I don't know. That's a benefactor to his boss fight. Cal Maria. This one was bad. This one took me, I think, 30 minutes to beat when I did my replay. I can't just solely rank this on like how much I hated beating her, how much I hated beating the boss. But man, I hated beating her. She was bad. I hated beating her, but she got a really good moveset. But that second, it's just that third phase. First phase, you kind of have to just get through with no hit. So in the second and third, first phase, no hits. So the second and third phases are more bearable. Without it, like it's just kind of, it's rough. So she's like you could say it's kind of like a RNG dependent thing, maybe. I you know what? I'm gonna give her an A tier. I think she's better than this tier. I think she's better than Cagney. in Honey Balance, but I think I don't think it's gonna be Wally just because the story. But this one also has a story, and I hated beating both of these, but I hated beating Cal Maria a lot more. That's where I stopped okay, so before I even did this playthrough, I had a different one that I was doing. I think this might have been like a year ago. This might have been around the same time, where I was playing the game. I beat so many of the harder bosses, like Rumor Honey Bombs and whatnot. I got to Cal Maria, and that's where I hit my wall. That's where I hit the I cannot continue this anymore. So that's why I have to put her so far down. That's why I can't put her higher than Wally, just because she's like a big wall that I kind of hit whenever I play. So Werner Vermin. So let me just, because I don't have my headphones on, mainly because the music will distract me. I love this fight. The big thing that carries this fight for me is the music. I like actually have to give it an S here just because of the music. I love this fight. I love, once again, the story. I love the design. Just, this is one of those fights that I really have a good time. Because once again, it's not incredibly difficult, but it's not super duper easy. I've had some goof ups. It is a little difficult, especially with all the fucking cherry bombs, tomato bombs, that, especially in expert mode. I think it actually goes right there. It's in the top 4 right now. It's mainly the music that carries it. I love the song. I know when I made this ranking, I was like, I'm gonna put all biases aside. I'm gonna make sure that every boss that I rank, there's no bias or nothing. That stops here. That no bias ends here. And the reason that I say that is because Dr. Cal's robot is one of the worst experiences I've ever had with a boss fight. The first phase alone pisses me off because there's so many cheap moments that happen that are completely your fault that just make me even more mad. I cannot stand this boss fight. I know Goopy Legrand is too easy. Fucking give it its own tier. Do Muslims Ramadan 30 days. Boom, right there. Fucking bottom of F tier. I hate this fight. That last phase is for more than half the fight, and you can feel that length. I think that boss fight took me a long time. It took me longer than King Dice, which was a surprise. I thought King Dice was gonna take me forever, which we will get to soon. Once again, Sally's stage play. This might be a hot take. I kind of forget that this one exists when I played the game. You know, you're just like, oh, you were just talking about the stories and whatnot of all these. I just kind of forget about this one. I mean, I'm gonna give it a B tier, but this one's one of those that I just think is a little forgettable. Maybe, I don't know. That might be something crazy to say. What the fuck is your name? Railroad Wrath. The train. the train fight. Once again, it's a more intense version and a harder version of Bon here, but it's also a better version. I like. Well, I don't know how to categorize what this boss fight is like, because it's really. Oh, you know what? No. Here's a good way to put it. It's like the root pack, but if like there was a big boss at the end of the root pack, like after the carrot. That's what this one's kind of like. It's pretty much like the root pack 2.0, and I like it a lot more. I think that my biggest issue with this fight is the train is a little too easy to be like the last Juju fight. I feel like this could have been harder. But I think this is an A tier. I think here I'm gonna do a swap, just because I think it's better than Bon, but not as. I know Isakagni's so easy, but I feel like the lead up to this one is a little disappointing. I like the first three themselves are kind of difficult, just because like the pumpkins and the ghosts or whatnot coming and trying to move your train, but then this one, like just on normal mode, just like it doesn't happen. I feel like this is when they should bombard you with that kind of shit. But I think it's still a great fight, and I really like the music on this one. King Dice. I feel like these I can kind of just zoom through. This is going in Dr. Cal's robot tier. We're just gonna put that one though. That's just gonna do it. This one, whenever I would land on this, immediate retry. That's immediate refresh. The drinks aren't terrible. I would put these below Goopy, just because they're not terrible. Once you let those kind of like olive eyes stack up, you know what I'm talking about from this little drink right here. I'm trying to let those stack up, it gets a little difficult. Maybe I won't go in order. I'll just like this one. If this one kind of feels like Goopy, the nice part about this one, I'm gonna get higher than Goopy. It's just like if you get a free heart on this one, it is a luxurious feeling. C tier. I think this is one of the more easier ones to deal with. Like, this one's obviously easier. I'm gonna give it a higher C tier. I can actually give that a B tier just because I like the idea of I like the boss idea. I think it's cool. These two, this one, this is how lots to explain. I actually like this fight a lot. I like the fact that there's not really like safe ground to stand on. Like I just like how it's a conveyor belt. You have a chance of landing on spikes whenever you jump. I just kind of like it. This one, for me, I think is actually getting lower than the drinks. Not because it's hard. It's forgettable. I kind of forget. I really like the boss design, but it is forgettable. Same thing this one. I think this one's actually a worse case. Actually, I'll put this one higher than drinks because I like the boss design more. I sometimes completely forget about the ballerina. And this thing can go right to F tier. I hated doing it. Like, I got it once and it was rough. And the man himself, King Dice. I do not like this boss fight. I think that this is a waste of a build-up. There's really nothing worse than that. Like, this big build-up for this fight at the end, and it's just like one move. That's why I actually might give this a C tier. I think that these two are better than King Dice. Just because there's more stakes. There's more things that are going on. I feel like this is just a waste of a fight. I think there was a lot. I feel like there was a lot more ideas that just I feel like didn't come to fruition, or like it was too late in development for them to like finish those ideas before the due date. The devil, obvious. That's one of the best in the game, even though it feels like once again it's like it starts really hard and then it kind of goes a little bit down in part like difficulty, except that third phase is kind of rough. But I mean, the first phase, his moveset is probably my favorite in the whole game. It's one of my favorite just like moves ever. The gold clap, the snake, the spider, and then the random shit he can summon in. I could glaze this fight. I remember rage quitting when I tried to beat this when I first played the game because I don't know why I couldn't do it. It was the tears that would always give me, and they still do. I just don't understand them. So I'm dumb, but this is an incredible fight and an incredible end to Cuphead. That is until the DLC, and I feel like, you know, I'll rank the quartets now, like the King's fucking shit. Pawns, D tier, annoying, forgettable. This one is also a D tier. I did not like doing that one because I only got through 2 of them. I hated doing this one. The bishop is actually kind of cool. I'll give that a C tier. The rook, once again, also cool. I'll give that a C tier. I'll give that higher than the bishop. I like it's kind of hard to execute, but I like the idea. And the queen, I'll also give a C tier. Okay, now that's out of the way. On the boring shit. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left to go. Let me just make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Oh, Glumstone. I know his name. This was a really cool fight to play first. I like this one a lot. I think that just might just go on S2 just because I like the fact that he's a mountain. Like, here's the issue with Cuphead bosses. I don't really know what to say. I like his music. I like his moveset. But in all honesty, I thought when playing this one, this being the first thing that you do, or at least the first one that I did, I had a grand time playing that one. Sorry, that one as in this one. I had a really fun time doing this boss fight. It's difficult. It's not too crazy difficult. Like, obviously, this guy over here. Maybe I'll add a row above, and it'll be the. The rabbit and the robot. Different tiers, but you know, they're just as bad. I don't know. This one is definitely high up. I really like this fight. I would put this like actually like kind of high. I really like this fight. I liked his first phase a lot with the geese and the bear and the dudes in his mouth. I like going into his mouth. That sounds. The second phase was cool too. I think that's probably the weaker out of the 3, but I like the fact that it's the devil and King Dice kind of playing back and forth with this ball, kind of playing with you in a way. I don't know. There's more implications behind it, I reckon, but also, mad. I just do not like this design. When I look at it, it just makes me mad. The wizard dude. See, this is where I start forgetting the names. The wizard dude. What I feel like This is one of those that is a little bit forgettable, maybe you could say. I feel like there could have been room for a different boss other than this one. I feel like this one's a little forgettable. That's the best way to put it. I know I said it twice, but I don't know. I'm not a big. It's not that this boss fight is bad or it's hard or anything. I'm just not a big fan, and so I think I would give it like a high B tier because I do like the little snowflake. I like the snowflake design a lot, actually. The first phase is whatever, and the second phase is I like the second phase a little bit. Third phase is hard, but I just love the design of that little snowflake, dude. Next up is the moonshine, the cowgirl moonshine. No, the robbery. The fucking. No, I think that's this one. Okay. Anyways, the cowgirl. Oh no, this is Bootlegger's Boogie. This is Moonshine Robbery or whatever the fuck. Yo. Okay, there's like 33 seconds left. This one, I really like this one. This was the one out of the two. There's only one plane fight in this, really? I thought there was more. Well, this is technically a plane fight, but technically. But we'll get to that one later. This one was really cool. I like this one more than Glumstone. I'm trying to think. I'm just curious on I like this one more than Glumstone. I don't want to fucking listen to your piano ballads. Holy shit, I'm actually about to get to that one. But I really like this fight. Once again, storytelling, like just the story in the fight is great. I like the background and all that. I think this is a good great place, but I liked it more than Glumstone. Maybe I'm thinking because this one doesn't really have like a phase that's like kind of sucks. Every single phase on this one is really good. That first phase is perfectly chaotic, but it's not like just like objects fucking flying everywhere. It's easy if you know what you're doing. I think that puts it there. Bootlegger Boogie, which is what we're listening to right now. Once again, another fight that I really enjoyed. The only issue with this was this little aardvark fellow right here. I wasn't a big fan of his mechanic. But so I think that still gives room for it to be like an S tier. I love the design. I love the idea of this. Kind of like it's like a. No, I don't want to say off-brand Cuphead because that's not weird, but it's a bootleg, like thing, like idea, like the fake knockout ending in the beginning where the announcer dude is like the little snail guy right here. Fucking right there. Like it's like a mafia kind of thing going on. This is a really good fight. I think this is a good place to put it just because like that third phase kind of drags it down a little bit. I'm not a big fan of that one. We only have 3 left, and then I'll look over and see if there's anything else we need that I don't agree with. I didn't really want to make this a super duper long video anyways. I think I'm kind of running out of time. The doggone dog fight. I don't know what her name is. I thought this was a really, really good concept that was executed really well. The first 2 phases are pretty easy. and then the third phase kind of just it's not really that hard once you know what you're doing. You know, when the camera flips and whatnot, but still, like, I think the third phase is like the holy shit, the game has changed kind of moment. And I definitely think that's enough to get an A tier. I don't know if I like it more than this one just because the first two phases are really easy, especially that second phase. That second phase is kind of like a beginner phase, but I do like the fact that you're on a train, that you're on what the fuck, a plane, and you control the plane, like you're on like the little aeroplane teacher's plane, and like if you stand to the left, the plane moves to the left; stand to the right, plane moves right. You get the point. I really like this one. I do think it is an S tier because of the fact that it kind of changes around the game. But okay, we got 2 left. The first one, I'm gonna start with the secret fight first. I like this. I really like this fight. Oh, there's like this. Okay. I like the design. It was, once again, this is okay. This is a one phase fight. You know, very simple. But I thought like the idea of it. I think like the fact that this is like what is like an unused devil phase or something is really cool. This is the Vernon Vermin song, right? This is just oh my god, I'm stupid. Anyways, this is a really good fight. I like the idea of, you know, like you can only face the devil and the angels behind you. The angels' attacks don't hurt you, but the devil's attacks do. So like the devil kind of sends you this like wall of fire. You have to turn to face the angel, and it's really cool. I do think that Chalice kind of messes up a little bit considering she has her invisibility dash. I really like this fight. I think it's I really don't know what else to say about it. I can't. Only issue is it's one phase, but it's one of the most memorable fights in the game if you've played it. It's just, I love how it looks. It is a beautiful looking fight. I think I'm gonna give it S tier. I really like this fight. And last but certainly not least, and you know, I think this calls for a very special song. I don't. This is it. Wait, no, this is not it. Wait, this is not it either. Okay, you know, I'm gonna play the fucking devil song. Wait, this is it. Oh, okay. Chef Saltbaker. I don't know if I would say this is better than the devil. That might be a little too far-fetched. No. I put it right here. And my main reason is just because those last 2 phases, especially the one before the last one, seems like a little bit of filler. But those first 2 are just absolutely amazing. The first one is very chaotic, but it's like it's a good chaotic. I really like this fight. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Why am I so focused on this? I'll. Okay. Okay. Anyways, those first two phases, especially that first one, is so perfectly chaotic. It's just beautiful. The background where you see him cutting up all the ingredients before they come out. Just, oh my god. So yeah, I'll do one more at the top. Add row above, and it will be top 10. So, well, you can see it doesn't say look away. Okay, so my top 10 Cuphead boss fights are as follows. It looks like there's nothing in S tier, but that's just because all of them moved up. Number one, the devil, just the best. The best of the best. Obviously, he's the final fight in the whole game. Like, even if you go to the DLC island, like, you usually still fight the devil last. Chef Salt Baker number 2, the last in the DLC island. You know, obviously, his boss fights were pretty much perfection. Grim Matchstick, an amazing fight. I don't know why this one's like, oh, like I see people saying it's last. That's the reason I made this, just because I had to prove to myself this is not last. Jimmy, the best plane fight, just perfect. It knows exactly what it has to do. But these two are kind of interchangeable. I could see them being swapped. Moonshine, okay. I don't need to explain all this. Moonshine robbery, Grim, Mountain Dude. I can't remember his name right now. Grumblestone, but Grumbleman, Grumblestone, Grumpelstiltskin, Lyndon Hildeberg, Werner Vermin number 8, mainly because of the music. It just carries that. The frogs. It's just I'm actually might move these guys down. I kind of forgot that they were there. Okay. So actually, number 9 is Bootlegger's Boogie, and then number 10 is the Secret Phase. I just love the design of this one. It could be considered glaze, but I think that's one of the best in the game. And that is it. That is my Cuphead rank. I'm not going to rank each individual fucking one of these. I mean, I can't. The ending song has started. Okay, well, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching, even though I know no one really did. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll let this one play out though.
There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old banjo. You can practice your Lindy Hop. Bum 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 bum. And maybe later sing with your barber shop. Why not take a little quick break?